Howdy folks, Bodine52, hope you are well. Well, it's been about a month that I have had my Klock Werks Windshield on my 2021 Road Glide Limited, and it is a 14-inch sports flare in dark smoke, and I'll tell you what, I love this windshield, and it's been almost perfect to me. But you know what? It may not be perfect for everyone. So today, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about why I believe that on this windshield, and we're going to put another one on so you have some choices when you're looking for a windshield. Stay tuned. So as you folks know, I have done some Klock Werks video comparisons for you. For 3 different windshields for my Ultra Limited. I have since, of course, traded that motorcycle in. So I needed to get new... ouch, damn it, some long horns. I needed to get a new windshield on my 2021 Road Glide. And you know what? The stock windshield wasn't bad. Super ugly looking in my opinion. It did a fair job. So, you know, first thing I wanted to do was put a Klock Werks on it because I'm a fan of their product as well as their company. So, the first thing that I did was I went out and bought a Klock Werks windshield. I purchased this myself. It fits on a 2021 Road Glide, and it is called the Sport Flare. A couple buddies I know have them on their bikes and love them, and I put it on, and I got to tell you what, this thing is beautiful, and you've seen it in other videos. This happens to come in the dark smoke, which I really, really like. I just think it looks sharp on the motorcycle, and it does what it's supposed to, which is deflect that air around you, deflect the air over you, and I'll put some links into those other videos I did that I can give you a little more technical explanation on why I think these things are one of the best. And yeah, I know there's, seats and windshields, and would you get on a glide like that? I wouldn't. Are all preference, and I get that, right? I just happen to prefer Klock Werks, as I know many folks do. So I rode with this windshield, and you can see it's still on the bike for just about a month, and I was convinced it was perfect. But maybe it's not perfect for everyone. So let me tell you why I now say that. And you guys know that anytime I do a talk about a product, especially if they are, even though I did buy this windshield, if they are working with the channel at all, part of the deal is I'm going to tell it like it is, right? So I will tell you that it is not perfect for everybody. For me, I think it's 95% perfect, and here's why. So as I went on vacation to Tennessee with this, and many miles on the interstate, doing 75 or 80 with my wife on, did fantastic. We were both extremely pleased with it. But when I started to get into the mountains of Tennessee, and I really had some twisties and some hills, and I look over the windshield about 2 or 3 inches. I think the windshield, for me, the way I said it, probably could be an inch higher, and at the end of the day, that's on me. So I can adjust or get another windshield for that, which we'll talk about here in a minute. But if you can see the Klock Werks, especially on this dark smoke, is distorted a bit. Now, you can see the road. I can see the road. I look over it. It's never been that big of a deal to me until I was actually in some of those hills that went over to where it made me look through the windshield. And Klock Werks is great about that. They explain all of that stuff. Brian and Mikkel, who's their national sales manager and the owner, they kind of explain the why and how they put it together and how you need to make sure that you're looking over it. So to me, it's no big deal. But reality is, if you lived in one of those areas, mountainous areas, hills, you want to think through that. And I think there's a couple solutions. right? Because it did become a little bit concerning to me. Not enough to take it off, as you can see, because I love it, but enough to go, I think the folks on my channel, I need to talk about that because, you guys counted for me telling it like it is. So there's a couple things that you can do. Number one is, and I was actually speaking with Mikkel about this, is a lot of guys will take their windshield down a little bit further so they really don't have any of that, especially those folks, again, that live out in the Dakotas and in the mountains and all that. Everybody else, it really doesn't matter, to be honest, like me. And they go with a little bit of a lower windshield, right? Or they have another windshield that is, I think it's called a touring model. And it's shaped a little bit different. And for me, it's going to be about an inch taller. And as I was talking to Mikkel, they were just fantastic. And they said, hey, let us send you one out, put it on the bike, and let's see how it does, right? So that is what I'm going to do right now. But this one, so you know, is the Sports Flare 14-inch. And let's put another one on and see what the difference is. Alrighty, so that was my 14-inch dark smoke sports flare that you just saw, and now I have on a 12-inch Pro Touring flare, and I've been on it for about 30 miles because I wanted to do that before I started to get on to talk about it a little bit. And let me tell you what I think. So first of all, you would say, dude, if you had a 14-inch one on and now you put a 12-inch one on, isn't that going to be too short for you? So we'll talk about that. But the first thing I wanted to talk about, and we were discussing distortion a little bit, and this is what is called the tinted. So there's a clear tint, dark smoke, and I think they call it blacked out or something like that. And this is the tinted one, which I like the look of it. I was a little worried when, they said it was a Pro Touring model. It was going to look like a grandpa windshield, but it does not. It still looks sleek and cool. I really like it for sure. And as a matter of fact, I am riding down what I believe is the same road that I was on when I did the video on the sports flare, because I wanted you to kind of see what it looked like, right? So a couple things. First of all, so it went from 14 to 12, but they're shaped differently. And actually, they say that the 12-inch one is a inch higher, which is what I thought I really needed. And the shape, like I said, the shapes are different. I'm going to show you a picture of what it looks like. Look right here. Boom. All right, so that's the differences. And you can see the sports flare kind of comes back a little bit. So first, let me say that from a distortion perspective and seeing better in front of me, tons better. Right? That is probably just because it's not the dark smoke, which I still love. And it could be on my bike for sure. But this one, from a distortion and seeing right in front of me, is much, much better. And for that, I really like it. As a matter of fact, let me show you two pictures side by side of the dark smoke and then this tinted one. So you can definitely see the difference. Now, I will tell you the dark smoke doesn't feel or look that dark when you're out riding on it or with it. But I'll tell you what, it sure is cool looking and does the job, right? So the 14-inch does the job for me. So when we decided for me to try this one out and do a comparison video, and in full disclosure, Klock Werks did work with me on this video, or on this windshield, so I wanted to let you know that. Again, they're good people. I've told you that many times before. So this thing is, one, it still looks really cool. Two, from a clear perspective, or the tinted, I like it more. For the purpose, again, if you lived in one of those areas that, was hilly or a lot of twisties, and that there may be a situation where you'd look through the windshield, which again, 95% of the time, I do not, because I am sitting over it. But I will tell you, even though this one is supposed to be an inch taller, even though it says 12-inch instead of the 14, I am definitely getting buffeting. On the side where the hips are, right here, I could definitely feel it going around me. And of course, I'm going to do a video and get the slowest guy in the world in front of me. But I am definitely getting the wind at my head. There's just no doubt about that. Now, folks, it's no matter what kind of windshield you get, it's not necessarily just about the windshield. It's about sizing it right and making sure you have the right one. Because if I duck down an inch or two, nothing, right? It's perfect. So to me, I have the wrong size of this windshield. I may go back and just say, okay, let's do the tinted in the 14-inch sports flare. But this one definitely, for me, and I am America, I am 6'3", is a little problematic because of just how the wind is. But it's just the size of the shield. So, but other than that, with other winds coming around the side of me, I can barely feel it out on my elbows. Like if I put my elbows out, I can feel a little bit of it. But it really protects me, protects the core. I love it. Other than I just think I got the wrong size with it. But you should now be able to see what the dark smoke looks like and what the clear looks like. Both look super cool, like I said before. Depends on where you ride. My gut right now is that I'm such a dark smoke fan, but I really want to try that clear on. I think one is better for video. I think it's probably better at night and if I'm on any twisties, but to each his own. They sell these things all over the place. Take a look at them. Make sure you get the right fit. I'm actually going to link a video in the description of Klock Werks showing you how to measure correctly for you. It's going to take a second person, but it really is the way to go. And then go from there, because at the end of the day, you're going to order one of these, put it on your bike, ride around with it, and there's going to be some sort of, I'm sure, from people, restocking fee or something if you end up sending it back because you ordered the wrong one. So, which is somewhat understandable. So just know the return policy. But again, I'm definitely a Klock Werks fan. Just wanted to show you the difference really between the dark smoke and the tinted windshield. And then again, there's two specifically for the Road Glide, which is the sports flare and this Pro Touring model. Both fantastic. And hopefully this helps you. If you have any questions on this, feel free to reach out to me, leave a comment, and I will also leave the address for the Klock Werks folks, their email. They're just great about getting back to you. And you call them and talk to them. They'll work with you and talk to you through it. They're just fantastic to deal with. So hopefully that helps. Everybody be safe out there. This is Bodine52 checking out. Make sure to check on a friend. Ride safe, and we'll see you on the next one.